Some places are just so magnificent, so seemingly perfect, that the fact they even still exist feels like a miracle. Today, we're going to talk about one of the greatest cultural treasures in Japan, Himeji Castle. We're going to unpack the secrets of how this so-called unconquerable fortress has stood up to centuries of war, disasters, and even the wrecking ball. And here it is, sitting on top of a hill in Himeji City. This fortress complex goes all the way back to 1333. I mean, it's just a stunning example of Japanese castle architecture, and for almost 700 years, it stayed pretty much just like this. And that, right there, is the big question. You have to remember, this whole thing is made of wood, stone, and plaster. It's seen shoguns come and go, it's been through horrific modern warfare, and it's felt the earth itself shake like crazy. So how is it still standing?
Okay, so the first piece of the puzzle is its design. This was never just a fancy home for a lord. It was a seriously sophisticated military machine, a fortress that was literally built to confuse and trap anyone who dared to attack it.
The castle's first line of defense is its absolutely brilliant layout. I mean, just look at it from above. You can see it's no straight shot to the main building. The paths are this confusing spiral, basically a maze, that forces an invading army to twist and turn, leaving them totally exposed to defenders the entire way. And get this, the maze is wildly effective. If you could fly straight from the main gate to the keep, it's only 130 meters, but the winding path makes attackers travel almost 2.5 times that distance, all while being a sitting duck for the castle's defenses. Oh, and that path? It's a total death trap. The whole complex is a network of 83 buildings with more than 1,000 hidden loopholes for archers. You've got these angled chutes to drop rocks or even boiling oil on people below. And that beautiful white plaster? It isn't just for looks, it's fire-resistant. This place was truly designed to be unconquerable. But, a brilliant design is one thing. The castle's survival also comes down to a series of just unbelievably close calls. Moments of pure luck where history could have gone a completely different way. So, 3 different times, this castle almost vanished completely. Back in the 1870s, after the whole feudal system ended, it was considered obsolete and was actually scheduled to be torn down. It was only saved because one army colonel fought like crazy to protect it. But then came the real tests: fire and earthquakes. Okay, this next part is just insane. In 1945, near the end of World War II, the city of Himeji was firebombed. The entire area around the castle was burned to the ground. A bomb landed directly on the roof of the main tower, punched right through the tiles, and got stuck in the top floor. This should have been it. Game over. But nothing happened. The bomb was a dud. The fuse just failed. By sheer incredible dumb luck, the castle survived without a scratch, while the city all around it was turned to ash. Then, 50 years later, in 1995, the Great Hanshin earthquake hits, a horrible event that just flattened buildings all over the region. The castle shook hard, but its centuries-old design, built to be earthquake-resistant, held up. And get this, it was so stable that a bottle of sake that had been placed on an altar at the very top of the castle didn't even fall over. It just stayed put. So why does the survival of this one castle matter so much? Well, because its story isn't just about escaping destruction. It's about how it transformed from a weapon of war into this incredible symbol of culture and resilience. So in 1993, the rest of the world officially recognized just how special this place is. Himeji Castle, or Himeji-jo, became one of the very first UNESCO World Heritage sites in Japan, celebrated as maybe the best surviving example of 17th century Japanese castle architecture anywhere. People affectionately call it the White Heron Castle, and you can totally see why, right? That brilliant white exterior and its elegant shape, it really does look like a huge, graceful bird that's about to take flight. The way it's been preserved is just mind-blowing. Check this out. Compare a map from 1761 to a modern aerial photo. We're talking more than 250 years later, and the basic layout is virtually unchanged. It's not a ruin. It's like a living time capsule. And because it survived, it's become this huge global icon. In just 1 year, 2015, we're talking nearly 3 million people came to see it. That makes it the most popular castle in the entire country. This isn't just a tourist spot. It's a pilgrimage for people from all over the world.
Of course, a place with this much history, it's gonna have stories, myths, folklore, and yeah, maybe even a few ghosts rattling around inside those walls.
Okay, so the most famous legend is tied to this well right here. It's the setting for a classic Japanese ghost story, or kaidan. The story goes that a servant girl named Okiku was framed for losing one of 10 precious golden dishes. For her crime, she was killed, and her body was thrown right down this very well. And the legend says her spirit never left. At night, her ghost is said to rise from the well, slowly and sadly counting from 1 to 9, and then she just lets out this terrible shriek. It's a story that's been told for hundreds of years and definitely adds a chilling vibe to the place.
And that's not the only story. There's a spirit, a yokai named Osakabe Hime that's supposed to live in the highest tower. And there's also the really cool story of the Old Widow's Stone, where an elderly woman donated her own millstone when the builders ran out of stone, inspiring everyone else to chip in and help finish the walls.
So when you really step back and look at it, the story of Himeji Castle is this amazing mix of two things. It's a monument to absolutely brilliant strategic design, and at the same time, it's a monument to just incredible good fortune. Which kind of leaves you with a final thought. Himeji Castle survived because it was strong, and yeah, because it was lucky. But maybe the most important reason it's still standing is because it was beloved, because its beauty made people, like that army colonel, fight to protect it. It really makes you wonder, what does it take for something we create to become truly timeless? Maybe it's not just about strength, but about inspiring a kind of respect that lasts for generations.